So let's move to the Western Conference. A lot of turmoil, or not really. I mean, I don't know what to believe in this. The Warriors, a lot of the media, I feel like outside of the Bay Area are taking this very seriously, whereas I think the Bay Area is a little bit more calm, just in the sense that the Warriors always figure it out. There's been a lot of altercations between the team, but for people who don't know, last night the Warriors, I think they scored the last 11 points to come back to tie the game with the Clippers. They got a rebound with about 5 seconds left, and Draymond Green pushed it the length of the floor and then turned it over. Kevin Durant wanted him to pass the ball. The Warriors then lost in overtime, but in one of the huddles, Draymond Green, I believe, called Kevin Durant a bitch. And somehow they ended up talking about his pending free agency decision on the court. Or you know, we don't know
They're
for
probably
sure.
blowing that out of proportion,
Yeah.
man.
And there's also now a video that was released about an hour ago of Kevin Durant on the court when he was leaving the huddle after the altercation, saying something along the lines, I'm not quoting this exactly correctly, but just that's why I'm out of here. And people think that is referencing to his decision supposedly to leave the Warriors after this season. So, David, my question is, and we forgot about this too. I think this has to be a two-part question now. The Warriors suspended Draymond Green for their game tonight against the Atlanta Hawks. GM Bob Myers is also having a press conference before the game to discuss the decision, which just seems crazy. Like, we're making a huge deal out of this. So, one, was this the right move by the Golden State Warriors to suspend Draymond Green? And then two, are you worried about the tensions that are now in the Golden State locker room?
Well, first off, I think it was smart of the Warriors to suspend Draymond. Or if not smart, I completely understand why they made that move. Kevin Durant is about to go into free agency. Kevin Durant is one of your best players. What do you have to do? You have to make sure Kevin Durant is happy. You don't. We're all speculating that Kevin Durant is just going to leave next year, and that's just what's going to happen. But it's not like the Warriors are just going to let that happen. Like, they want to keep Kevin Durant. They want to keep that dynasty, and I think them suspending Draymond was definitely them siding with KD and being on the we gotta keep our guys happy train. And also, I mean, what Draymond was doing, it was kind of unreasonable why he was getting so mad at Kevin Durant. Quite frankly, I mean, Draymond had a terrible game last night. Why is he getting mad at KD for what did he drop 45? I mean, like, get out of here, Draymond. Calm down. Um, I think it would be just a real shame for the Warriors to lose Kevin Durant and have internal turmoil. Like, this is just isn't good for the league, guys. Like, we need to have the Warriors winning every year. So,
You think?
yeah, I think
If they
so.
win the next 10 titles, you chill with that?
Yeah, man. I think everyone is completely just worried about the turmoil that's happening in Golden State. Because, I mean, what's basketball if Golden State isn't winning every year?
Yeah, I mean, so, I'll get to the two-part question. For the first part, I definitely agree with David. You know, I think it's a little bit crazy that they pulled out all these stops, suspending Draymond Green for an altercation. I mean, it's basketball, it's a competitive league, it's the NBA, it's the highest of competition. There's going to be a lot of anger when you don't win, and there should be, rightfully so. And you're going to yell at teammates, have altercations, but at the end of the day, if it continues after the game, then you have an issue. We don't know if that's the case or not. I would assume that it hasn't, because what happens with the Warriors every time now? Well, something happens in the middle of the season, and then they win the NBA Finals. So there's never been an issue so far that's created actual turmoil in the locker room, and I doubt there's going to be going forward. You know, Kevin Durant might leave, he might stay. I doubt this is going to have an impact on that. But to go to that, obviously, if you're the Warriors, you want Kevin Durant here next year. Sorry, Draymond Green. Kevin Durant is an assassin. He's the best scorer in the league. He's 6'11", handles the ball like a point guard, and he shoots it better than almost anyone in NBA history, aside from Steph and Clay, who are also on his team. But So they had to suspend Draymond Green. The press conference, I think that's ludicrous. I mean, you suspended a guy for one game. You don't need to call a press conference to do that. But what do we know? Kevin Durant is sensitive. I think Kevin Durant wants to see that this organization is completely behind him and that they're willing to do whatever to please Kevin Durant. And the Warriors have to do that. I think it's stupid, but the Warriors definitely have to do that. And then part two to the question, I sort of, I answered it a little bit before. Should we be that worried about the Warriors? No. The Warriors are going to win basketball games. They're going to be in the finals in June. Winning trumps everything. If you have this tiny little altercation, Draymond called Kevin Durant a bitch, so what? So what? It's not like they were fighting after the game. It was on the court. Tempers are flaring. It's whatever. And they also have Steve Kerr. Steve Kerr is incredible at managing these personalities that have been coming in and out. I mean, they've had Nick Young on their team. They've had JaVale McGee.
I wouldn't even consider JaVale a big personality, though. He's just kind of a klutz.
But they've DeMarcus.
Yeah, I know. They definitely dealt with big personality guys.
Yeah.
I just think that watching the Warriors self-implode would possibly be the most satisfying thing to ever watch in basketball. So I'm just going to hold my popcorn out and get ready. But what you said about the KD being sensitive, yeah, I mean, we all know KD has thin skin. I mean, this guy responded to a kid that made a post on his Instagram account, and he wasn't even 18 years old. I mean, KD is soft. I mean, emotionally, he is soft. So they're going to have to be behind him 100%. And I think the suspension of Draymond was a smart move on their part because they know that KD is soft. Is it fair? I mean, maybe. I don't know. I think Draymond was out of line doing that on the court during a game with his teammate. But the suspension was just an extra precautionary move to show Kevin Durant, like, hey, we're behind you.
And I also think Draymond is a smart person in the sense that, the Warriors have been a lot greater for Draymond Green than Draymond Green has been for the Warriors. I think Draymond has found himself in just such a great role that he's now a perennial all-star. And not to say he wouldn't be an all-star on another team, but it's something that you just don't know.
No, he would not be.
You don't know, and as long as Draymond is here on the Warriors and they're winning titles, his legacy is just going up and up, and if he signs a max contract there's rumors of him going to Detroit, he might just be another dude that, and I don't even know what he would do. He probably wouldn't make an all-star team because he's a guy that's just, the better the teammates around him, he is exponentially better. So Draymond Green needs the Warriors a lot more than the Warriors need him, and he knows that keeping Kevin Durant is huge, and I think, once his emotions temper down, Draymond Green is smart enough to realize that, and I think you would rather piss off Draymond Green for a night than you would Kevin Durant, because I think Kevin Durant would take it a lot more seriously than Draymond Green. Draymond Green, I think you would just tell him to shut up, and then he would, figure it out himself, saying, you know what, I think we should do what we can to make sure Kevin Durant comes back next year and not piss him off. So I think
it's definitely going to be an interesting dynamic to watch for the rest of the year between the front office, Draymond Green, and Kevin Durant.
No doubt. I mean, it's going to be interesting. No one has no idea what Kevin Durant does. I don't think Kevin Durant has any idea. So, yeah, I mean, who knows? Anything could tip Kevin Durant in the wrong or right direction if you're the Warriors. So don't let it be one little altercation from Draymond Green. Let's move to more turmoil.